been not prepared. Shocker. Go get an iPad so I can see what you guys are saying. Alright. So, nope. Okay. Alrighty. Now that I can see what you guys are saying, I'll show you what I'm doing today. So this weekend I taught a class in Seguin, Texas. Hi, David. And I did this piece, this geode, as my dear friend Rhonda's daughter likes to call it. And I love doing geodes. And this one was just so fun to do. I thought I would do one with you guys today. So for this piece, I used a new resin. This resin is by Mixed Media Girl. We've decided to start carrying her resin, and so I already have it listed on the website. I have a few kits in stock right now, and so the rest will be essentially a pre-order, and those will take at most 7 days to get in. So if you want to try it, that is too much. Order soon, so I have it in stock. Otherwise, it'll be about a week turnaround to get your resin to you if you don't order it while I have it. So you'll notice that her epoxy is almost purple, and that is to help counteract any yellowing. I mean, all epoxies are subject to yellowing, but having it start off with a kind of a blue hue just pre-color corrects it. Hello everyone. What is the working time? That is a great question. So the working time is about an hour. It's not quite as long as art coats, but I think if you're working on a piece that you've done before, like the number of geodes that I've done, or if you're working on a smaller piece, then an hour should be plenty. I mean, obviously I prefer having a longer working time, but that also means a longer curing time. So if you're trying to get a piece done for something in particular, this will cure up a little bit more quickly. Hey everybody, hello, hello, hello. Marcy is in the house. So if you have any questions about this epoxy, she is the best one to ask because she helped create the formula. So it's really good for flood coating over your acrylic pieces. But you can also use it like I'm going to and just create the artwork using Mixed Media Girl's art epoxy. Oh, thank you, Marcy. Where's my hide button? So if you guys just came in, this is the piece that we're going to recreate today. Typically, I have my resin already mixed up for you guys, but I have been trying to catch up from being out of town and in Seguin teaching class. So I just ran out of time a little bit. But mixing it is just like most other one-to-ones. Obviously, you want to read the packaging, but it's about a 3-minute mix. Just make sure you have it fully incorporated by scraping the bottom and the sides. If you have any reaction to epoxy ever, just if you're allergic, just be cautious, listen to your body, talk to your physician, and wear a respirator. Be in a well-ventilated space. Wear gloves. Do what you gotta do to protect your own stuff. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry it's boring so far because I'm mixing resin, but I'm almost done. So on my original piece, I used a color called Mint by Color Passion. I am out of that color. It's on order, but so I'm gonna make a similar color using other colors that I have, because all the colors that we sell on our website, artisttilldeath.com, you can combine together to make custom shades. And in fact, I do that for people a lot. They'll message me saying that they need a color match for a football team, or school, or company logo, or whatever. And I'm happy to color match for people and make custom colors. So shoot me a message, shoot me an email if that's something that you're interested in. So let's start with our main color, which is going to be the teal, and then we have a brown, and then we have a white, then we have gold, and then a gold glitter. Massachusetts, Huntsville. We're just all over the states today. Thank you guys for tuning in. But yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from. Thank you in advance to all the mods for your hard work and helping me keep our YouTube forum from any trolls that may be lurking. Okay, so this geode is pretty easy to do. Oh, you're in the Austin airport already? Hope it's not a long delay. Okay, let's start with the color we're going to have to custom make. I'm going to use deep turquoise for a base. And in fact, I think I want to use a little bit extra of this dark turquoise. So I'm going to pour some of this other epoxy into another cup so that I can have just some of this deep turquoise alone. Everyone be safe if you're in the hurricane's path. I've been trying to watch that. You guys don't play around with that hurricane business. You gotta leave, and you have a way to leave. Try to find a way out. Don't play with nature. Don't risk it. So now I'm gonna add in a good amount of Breakfast at Tiffany's from Just Resin and see what kind of color we've created. Hopefully I didn't add too much dark turquoise. I think I like the look of that swirled in Just Resin. So I'm actually going to add some more just to swirl it in and just leave it swirled. So these pigments are made specifically for resin, which means unlike like acrylic paints that you can put into epoxy, you have to really watch how much you use, because that's fun. Just a little bit of marbling. You really have to watch how much you use, because if you put too much of an acrylic paint in, because it's water-based, it can set off your resin too soon. And that's no good. It decreases your working time. It degrades the durability of your resin. So best is to just use pigments made for epoxy. So if you have to add a little bit extra of a color in, then it's not going to do anything crazy to your resin. It's not going to set it off early. Rome and Greece. I love seeing all of you guys from not the, I mean, I love seeing all of you guys in the US as well. Don't get me wrong. It's just amazing to me to have so many people from across the world tune in to see what I'm painting today. Makes my heart happy. Okay. Well, it's still hard and it is not completely mixed together. Yeah, so since I didn't just put it in there and leave it. I did soft mix it. I did soft meld it. You want to incorporate it a little bit, just not fully incorporate it so that it will cure fully. But yeah, Marcy's right. If you don't incorporate it at all and just kind of put it in there, ugh, that's new, then you will risk it just staying tacky and never really fully curing. Alright, so we're going to make sure that this area is going to be teal, since it already is. We're going to mix our gold. And for the gold, I'm using Just Resin's Bright Gold. It's one of my favorite golds. I always mix my paints in the jar before I put it in my resin because sometimes they tend to separate just slightly. And you could be leaving some luster behind if you don't mix it together before you put it in your resin. You got a new knee installed. Congrats on the upgrade. Hope you're healing well. Okay, last color is going to be Chocolate Brown by Just Resin. I love opening new jars of paint. Don't get crazy, it's not because of the smell, it's just because it's fresh, creamy goodness of resin pigments. Alright. I like to make sure my colors are really opaque, so I arguably add more pigment than necessary. That's okay with me. Beautiful chocolate color with kind of a gold interference. All right, and lastly, I'm going to use some Color Passion. What's it called? Moon Dust. I already had one open, and it is in here. Oh goodness. Jesus. What I like about the Moon Dust is it has a whole bunch of different size particles, glitter, and it has that rainbowy halo look to it. For glitters, I for real overload and kind of make almost a slurry with it because glitter can be deceptive in resin, kind of like nail polish. You think you have a whole bunch in there and then it kind of just dissipates. Beautiful, love it. Okay, let's see what we can do with my mess that I've created. I'm going to start by adding some of the 1/4 inch fire glass. Just down in this corner, well, corner of the circle. And I don't want it to come directly up into the middle. When you're doing geodes, you really want to avoid having really hard peaks because that's not natural. It's not a mountain. It's not a McDonald's sign. It's just, I don't know, it's something not uniform because nature usually doesn't really grow that way. So just make an interesting shape to start your design. I always put my glass on first so that I can get an idea of the shape and completely pull it off if I don't like what it's looking like without having resin down, so that none of my glass is wasted. Awesome. We're also going to add some glitter glass later. Super pumped about that. Okay. So I'm going to start with the bright gold around my glass area, the center or the druzy. And anytime I add a color, I kind of thin it out with my finger or a popsicle stick, because when you pour resin out, it's going to lay at maybe a 1/4 inch, depending on your ambient temperature and your resin's temperature and your resin's viscosity. When resin will level off at an 1/8 inch. So essentially I'm pre-leveling it off so that I can reduce the amount of mixing that my colors, the lines, will do. I hope that makes sense. I do not do a grease the pan or a skim coat on my geodes because of the same reason. I don't want to give my colors any extra opportunity to mix together. And I always do some kind of peaks, kind of like string lights or drapes. All right, love it so far, love it, love it. Now let's take our custom teal and add a row of that. You can see that I didn't put this color right up next to the first color because I'm going to help it self-level again by pushing the second color just up next to the first color. So doing this will help it level out some. I usually do the inside first and then the outside. I don't know that that is beneficial one way or the other if you do the outside first and the inside. This is just how I do it. Hope you've all had a good week so far, had a good weekend. Thank you to everybody that came down to our class in Seguin. We'll probably have one more in-person class before the end of the year. And then we'll start planning our classes for next year. Are you guys wording better than I did? It's quite likely. So you can see where I'm moving the resin. It's leaving kind of a relief where I'm essentially scraping that resin. But since resin self-levels, it'll fill back in all on its own. I won't have to do anything. Another important note when you're doing geodes is don't make each line the same thickness, and don't repeat the colors exactly. So don't do gold, aqua brown, white, gold, aqua brown, white, gold, aqua brown, white. Vary it a little bit. And that will help your piece look like it has a more natural flow. So I'm doing this piece as if I have like a quarter cut of a geode, of a slice. So it's going to be slightly offset. Because I like it better that way. But if you prefer to have everything all even, that's totally up to you. Some people can't have things off center. Has to be even. I'm like that about a lot of things, but I like my art to have not so much. I like it to have balance in a different way. I'm struggling having words for how I typically lay out my designs. But if you followed me for any length of time, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to make the lines on this side a little bit thicker than the other side, because I have so much room on this side versus this side. This is titanium white, and I do have some still in stock if that's something you're looking for. I know it's one of the colors I sell out of the most quickly. But in this moment, I have probably 30 left of the 80 I had a few days ago. It is one of my favorite whites. So this is the Deep Turquoise by Color Passion. This is also a base cell activator, so having it under the other colors will create cells. And the cell color will be whatever color is on top of it. So for example, if I push this white over the deep turquoise, my cells will be white. If I pushed red over the deep turquoise, my cells would be red, so on and so forth. In fact, I'll probably do a little bit of that in this video so you guys can see kind of the difference and what happens when you push another color over the Color Passion colors. Really like this palette a lot. Let's see. Let's do another gold, and then we'll do the chocolate. Have all of you guys tried to do a geode before? There's so many different ways to do them. This is just my favorite way. Also, the gold glitter that we made, I'll be putting that on last after I manipulate everything around, because when you hit resin with heat, it thins it out. And so when you have a particle suspended, like with a mica or glitter or any other kind of flake, you're going to cause that particle to sink or to kind of thin out a little bit because you heated it. So I'm going to not add the glitter till after I've done all the heat that I'm going to do on this piece, except for like a final popping of bubbles. Liking this color palette a lot. Should probably use it more often. It's my opinion that the most classic geodes have the jewel tones. Is it only Color Passion that works for the pushover? So, to my knowledge, yes. There used to be a line from STONECOAT that did the same thing, but they discontinued it. So to my knowledge, Color Passion is the only brand that will do base cells. Now, I'm open to being proven wrong, but you have to prove me wrong. Like, tell me what other brand would do it so that I can get some and sample it and make sure. Because, you know, new stuff comes out every day. I'm not here to give misinformation. And so if there's something out that I don't know about, let me know. Thanks so much, Marcy. Have a safe flight. Marcy and I are also working on some class dates out on the West Coast for the new year. If you guys are interested, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter on my website. That is where I post all my updates on when we have new colors come in, when we have a sale, and when we have new classes posted. So it seems like my table is a little bit maybe off because things are still falling this way. So I'm going to rotate it to see if that helps things come back this way just a little bit. So I have a lot left of this color, so I'm going to put a really thick line of it right here. I know a lot of people that will use hot glue or Sculpey to kind of dam off in between your colors, but if you take your time and don't use too much heat, make sure your resin's not too thin, then you really don't have to go through all of that. That being said, I'm going to be adding a lot of heat so that I do get some design purposefully from melding some of these colors together. Also, when accidents like this happen, this little bloop, I don't get worked up about it because geodes often will have color that travels into different veins, different layers. And also I find beauty in imperfection. Maybe I'm alone on that. That's cool. I can't wait to add the glitter glass to this and all of the loose glitter from Color Passion. It's gonna be amazing. If you don't know, you can get all of these colors and more. I have over 800 colors on my website, artisttilldeath.com, and we add more all the time, it seems. We just added this resin that I'm using to our website today. It is art resin from Mixed Media Girl. And it's pretty cool resin, I think. We're gonna see how it sells up in a minute. In just a minute. Awesome. Do you guys have any question about this resin or any other resin or geodes or any other designs that I tend to do? always happy to answer. This may be a piece that I keep for our art show coming up in October in Deep Ellum, Dallas. If you guys don't know, we have an art show coming up in Deep Ellum. And it's going to be a really great show. Vamp will have a piece in it, Tudor will have a piece in it, and of course Jeff and I will have multiple pieces in the show. Not alone that Rachel would also, the rich man who had the mansion built, asked for errors in the title. Oh! I was confused for a second. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone in my I guess my I don't know what it is. My attraction to imperfection in art, which is kind of bizarre since I can be quite a perfectionist in many other facets of my life. No shame. No shame. But I think everybody has things that they're particular about and other things that they're just like, meh, whatever. Bowie just walked up. I'm sure he has missed you guys. Hi, good boy. If you guys don't know, the director of our studio is named Bowie. And he is a precious little big boy. I'll show you guys my little Bobo in a minute. I didn't know that about the guy with the mansion wanting imperfection in his floors. That's really neat. I'd like to know where Tammy got the arms on her spinner. Carol, I think she got those from, I can't remember. Alright, that's fine. Can't remember the name. Maybe Erica Hughes. I can't remember. Someone not in the country, in the US anyways. But Jeff and I have been looking into creating arms for spinner as well, since we have a place that'll let us cut with a CNC machine. I brought it up to our builder and he may have been confused, or maybe I was confused. One of the two people in the conversation were confused, and it could have been me. I just got to draw it out. I absolutely don't want to take anything from the original creator. There's some stuff that I want to adjust to make it really suitable for my cradle board. So I'm going to be working on that soon. Alright. So we have our base colors down, and they look like this. Now, I need a heat gun. And I just happen to have one right over here. But one second, because I have resin on my thigh. Love resin, not on my thigh. Alrighty, so now's the fun part to me. I can start manipulating the lines even more using heat. I'm gonna use our concentrator nozzle. This is it's on my website called a groom's cake because it's a small wedding cake. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the bubbles first. Kimberly, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. If you guys don't know, every dollar that is donated to the channel goes right back into it. And every dollar is very much appreciated. All right, so I'm going to push this chocolate into the teal we have here, and also I think I'm gonna push the white into this aqua here. So I'm just going to create a little bit of preheat just for a little bit of space, and then push the resin inward. Some of that green came forward, that's fine. I'm just gonna push a little bit out on the other areas as well so it makes sense. Just like that. And now I'm gonna do it to this chocolate over here. And in theory, I should get some really rad cells. Looks like I do get cells. Sweet. Alright, so I need to use any face on this part. Awesome. Where's my something? This. Where's my this? This is a blower that we got from Amazon. Ooh. That turquoise over the gold looks really nice. So I'm just going to push a little bit more of that. I know I'm getting rid of a lot of my peaks doing this, but I just like the look so much that I'm fine with it. I'm going to bring you guys in for a close-up in just a moment. I'm going to hit these areas that I just manipulated with some heat to get them to cell up a little bit more. Because oftentimes, a little bit of heat is all you need for some really awesome cells. Now I'm going to something. I think I'm going to leave it actually. I was going to add another bit of texture to these outside areas, but I don't want it to get too busy. So what I'm going to do is draw a line of white through this bit. To kind of give some more directional lines to the geode, since we have so much action in some areas. This resin is letting me pull a really long line. Very impressed. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna do a chocolate line through here. Just to bring back some of that classic line that people come to expect out of resin geodes. Missing some alcohol in it. So I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to be able to control where any of that mist goes. And I'm not sure that it really needs a mist of alcohol because I have the cells kind of where I want them. Obviously you could, totally could. I just may not for this one specifically. Also just realized I don't have any clear for my geoid, so I'm going to probably use this glitter mix for that. Okay, so let's make some glitter lines. You can see that this is super thick now, which is fine. Kind of want it to be kind of a thicker consistency so that you can pull a line with it without having it kind of jump. Not going to be able to pull a full line because it does have a lot of particle in it. But that's fine. This is definitely not going to stretch the whole way. Sadly. We're so close. Is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? We made it. Just barely. Okay, need another line of this. Probably where the gold and green are. Oop. I'll have to fix that, but that's fine. I don't really have a formula for where I add these extra little lines, except for that I want them to stand out, so I'll always put, whoops. So I have a little bloop right there and right here. Totally cool with it. In fact, I think I'm going to do an on-purpose one. Maybe right here. I'm just gonna add a dollop of this chocolate color. I'm gonna try to be as careful as possible to only let it be in a circle and not kind of trail away. And then I'm gonna add some of the glitter, a little dollop. And some white, just to kind of brighten it. put this gold over the fire glass. I don't have any other clear. You should leave clear so that you can put it on your fire glass and it will help it to adhere to the board. I'm just gonna hit this with heat so that it melts into my board. And then I'm gonna add some glitter glass, because what is a geode without glitter glass? I have glitter glass on my website, but you can also get it from MeyerImports.com. Using the code ATD2022 will give you a super awesome discount. I think it's like 10%. I'm gonna melt this down so that it runs into all of it. I'm just gonna help it run into all of it with its air. All right, now it's time for glitter glass. I have gold glitter glass and white glitter glass. I think I'm gonna put the, well, it's called white. It's actually clear. I'm gonna put the clear in the middle. Maybe I'll kind of surround the clear with the gold. I'm gonna put some right in there into our little geoid circle to make it sparkle. How'd you do the little circle again? I just put some brown, just a dime size, and then I put some glitter, resin mix, and then I did the white. Nothing too crazy. But since resin's gonna self-level, when you put more resin on top of it, it's gonna disperse. And so it just disperses out just like that. So you'll have that little ring kind of look. Now typically I add another area of glass, but I think I'm gonna leave this one to simplicity because we have this out here and I think it's awesome. So I'm gonna take you guys down and give you a close-up and y'all let me know what you think. Okay. Sorry about that movement. This one was an accident because I put the gold, it kind of rolled over the light aqua color that we made, and because this is a base cell, it just started selling. That is also why all of these cells are here, because it's over our base cell. Also, this dark color is a base cell and it's over this one, the white, the titanium, and that is why these cells aren't really awesome, right? So this is with a paste over a base cell. This is with a base cell over a paste, just so you can get kind of an idea of the difference. Now this is chocolate over the base cell. Then our little dollop of geode right there. So that's how I do my super simple geoids. So what do you guys think? Would you change anything when you do it on your own? Oh yeah, love the chocolate. That deep, rich chocolate color with that gold kind of interference. It's one of my favorites. It has a sparkle to it that's not abrasive and in your face. Love it. So I taught this one at our class in Seguin. I didn't have all the exact colors that I had down there, but this is my for here version. So yeah, I've got to go start filling more orders and do inventory to put other orders in for pigments for you guys. So please let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you are interested in getting any of these colors, you can get them from me at artisttilldeath.com. One more time, they are, this teal color is Just Resin Breakfast at Tiffany's mixed with just a little bit of deep turquoise from Color Passion. The Color Passion is what is making these cells come up. The gold is Just Resin Bright Gold. The white is Titanium by Just Resin. The glitter is Color Passion's Moon Dust. The dark color is Color Passion Deep Turquoise. The brown is Chocolate by Just Resin. And then the sparkle is the clear or white glitter glass in the super shard size. You can get those from my website or MeyerImports.com. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. If you're in Florida, please be safe. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to see what we're up to today. We'll be back live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central to do some awesome resin oceans with spray paint. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Till then, be kind to one another because you never know what someone's going through. And always remember that we do the test so you don't have to. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.